Coming up, we have your December 2023 Las Vegas real estate market update.
Hey everyone, I'm Steve.
And I'm Kristen.
We are the Thomas Group with Real Broker, your local Las Vegas and Henderson Realtors, here today to bring you your December 2023 Las Vegas real estate market update. And this is actually the second time we've recorded it. That we went out on location.
To
record our last one.
We tried to make this month exciting. We went to FLM's for you, which will flash up on the screen. I mean, I know now we're getting this out late because of the mishaps, but the planes fly really low over FLM, so it's not great to record a market update YouTube video, but it is great for taking your family to.
Yeah, it sure is. If you're wondering, like, what's FLM's? It's a chocolate factory in Henderson, and Kristen and I, we brought our little boy, and my parents are out from England. We all went to their cactus garden, and they've got a really, really great cactus garden that gets lit up at Christmas time and holidays. So go and take a look at that if you want to do something festive with your family, but get there early. Little tip.
It's open from 5 till, I don't know how late, but get there before 5 if you want to get there early,
get there
or
right
go
at
late.
5. Get the hot chocolate as well.
So good.
And have a nice time with your family. But should we get into the nitty gritty? This is our last market update of the year.
Yes, it will. And so then our next month, make sure you look out for that video. We'll get it out a lot earlier than this. That's when we recap the whole year and make our big predictions for the year to come. But let's see where we are here in December. So these are our numbers ending November. With the month end of November. Exactly. Thank you. Let's start with single family homes. The median sales price was $450,000. That's about the same as last month and up 4.4% from the previous month. So, I think if you had told people at the beginning of the year that we'd be up 4.4%, I mean,
for the whole year?
Whole year, yeah. I think I said previous month, I meant the whole year.
Well, I think if we go back and look at some of our previous videos when you and I had been making predictions, I think that's what you said.
Around 3%.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see where we end up at the end of December, but as you're going to see, I think things are pretty steady right now.
Yeah, it certainly seems so. And I mean, interest rates have been going the right way. Who knows if it's going to continue, but definitely heading in the right direction. I think it's just a little bit of, we're in that weird time right now, just where it's a little bit slow. And then I anticipate as soon as January 1st goes, our phones are going to start ringing. They did last year.
We've already seen it. I mean, in the past week, we've had a ton of people reaching out in preparation for buying in 2024.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be a really, really hectic year.
There were 1,435 single-family homes sold. That is down 15.5% from the previous month and down 5.7% from the same time last year. So that's pretty low, but I'm not concerned.
Kind of like I was saying, it's a weird time of the year where there's not really much is happening.
Right.
We kind of have a little bit of a busy period up until like Thanksgiving, and then it slows down a little bit.
Yeah, and we're going to continue to see that slow down a touch more. Our pending sales are down 3%. But again, both of us, it sounds like really expect demand to be picking right up in the new year, and hopefully a lot more new inventory as well, because inventory is not keeping up.
We want a balanced market, right? And it's like, people always say, like, I remember when it was crazy pandemic and people knew, I was out playing golf and they're like, oh, you're a real estate agent. Oh, I bet it's great being a real estate agent right now. I was like, it sucks right now.
It was so exhausting.
It was so difficult. There was so much competition. It was just really overwhelming. Like, that's not good for everybody. Or anybody, quite honestly. And a balanced market has 6 months of inventory. Where are we right now with single
we're
family?
At 3%. I mean, sorry, 3 months. 3 months, yeah.
So if that hopefully increases with, lower interest rates are encouraging home sellers to put their homes on the market and, enter the market again as typically upsizing or downsizing.
Right.
And as well, it's going to bring out, a lot of those buyers that are on the sidelines, on the fence, just waiting for interest rates to drop so that, affordability comes back again. So I think we're going to have a really busy beginning of the year. Who knows what's going to happen? We've definitely been wrong before. I certainly have, but as we mentioned, interest rates going the right way. We'll see. And, if you are a seller here in town, you're watching our market updates and you're thinking, you know, like when's going to be the right time for me to put my home on the market, let me know. I'll go into depth and detail on you, because there's a lot of different factors happening throughout the valley in terms of inventory, and you really need to know what's happening in your area so that you can price your home correctly and, you know, essentially sell it for the highest possible price.
Yeah, really good points. So speaking of inventory, let's take a look at our inventory for single family homes. It's up 3.3% from the previous month. So that's good. We're seeing that increase slightly, but I really think that's just a factor of the demand decreasing. The inventory is down 40.7% from the same time last year. Wow. Yeah. That's really low. And I felt like last year we didn't have much inventory.
I was just going to say that. I took the words out of my mouth. I was just going to say, so that means we can get 40% more in inventory, and I still don't think that's going to be enough.
No. Yeah, and we need good inventory too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. New listings are down 15.6% from the previous month and down 6.1% from the same time last year. So that shows us we aren't going to be getting that inventory that we need yet. I think it's normal for new listings to slow down this time of year. Hopefully, like Steve said, people will be putting their houses on the market come the spring. Mm-hmm. We already talked about the months of availability. So I have something fun to talk about before we get into, speaking of like demand and inventory and stuff, before we get into condo and townhomes. Yeah. And that is a report that Redfin put out about Las Vegas being the second biggest relocation city. This is for data that they collected in October. Mm-hmm. There was one city in the US that was a bigger hotspot for relocation. And can you guess where that is?
I would say it's probably somewhere in Florida. Tampa.
Good guess, and that's what I would have guessed too.
It's not in Florida.
It's not even in Florida. It's Sacramento, California.
What?
I know. I was surprised by that, but that's
no disrespect to anyone that lives in Sacramento, but what's in Sacramento?
It's surprising. The report said that a lot of people are leaving the East Coast to come to the West Coast, and they move there for like industry and such. But it's interesting for us because we see so many people relocating to Las Vegas
from California.
And I've certainly had clients from
New York as well. East
New
Coast.
York, yes, yeah. Absolutely. Do you know where our biggest influx of residents is from in California? Obviously, it's California, but what city?
LA.
LA, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it just goes to show, I mean, we talk about this a lot, but I do think like when I am talking to some of my clients, they don't fully grasp the effect that Las Vegas being such a big relocation city has on the real estate market.
Yeah, and I think that's something that, is hopefully will never change just because of its geographical, location.
Right.
And there's nothing else between here and there because it's desert.
Right.
Right. So yeah. If you want a modern city.
Right, and no state income taxes.
And no state income taxes, right? Yeah, I mean it's and not only that, right? It's Vegas is becoming a really cool place to live, and there's really exciting things happening, like the Fontainebleau.
Yeah, said like a.
I'm European, so I can say it. Well, I am European.
I know.
Actually, we don't normally class as European if we're from England.
Okay, well we class you all. It's like we just class Africa as a country too. No, I'm just kidding. Americans don't really know much outside. But yeah, that's just open. I mean, that's a game changer for the north end of the strip. Another huge property opening down there. The Sphere's opened on the north end of the strip.
Sports teams coming.
Baseball. The Durango Casino in the southwest.
That looks really nice too.
I know.
And that's a really interesting spot around there.
Really good spot that I think for a while didn't have much to offer like in there, but it's really grown. I mean, with the Durango Casino, the Uncommons, and also what I've seen probably over the last 10 years since we've moved here is that's kind of the Southwest is where like all of the trendier, a lot of like ethnic foods are all opening there. But it's a great location because you're equidistant from Summerlin, Henderson, the strip's close. So yeah. So a great little spot.
For any investors out there, I'd definitely say like pay attention to, looking at investment properties out there. I think there's a huge amount of people that live and work on the strip that
Oh, well,
that you know
100%.
that live in those areas.
Yeah.
So you're going to get good tenants. So yeah, there's a lot of really exciting things. I'm
happening.
excited for the new year.
Yes. Let's look at condo and
Yeah.
townhomes. All right, the median sales price was $275,000, pretty much the same as the previous month and up almost 6% from the same time last year. That's a big jump. Those fluctuate a lot. We'll see where we end up at the end of the year.
It's positive though.
It's very positive.
Yeah.
I mean, like they say, a normal, healthy market appreciation on housing is 3%. So
To double that.
yeah,
In the slowest possible time.
Right.
You know, like just as you know, to put this in perspective, like this whole year, there's been the least amount of sales that there has ever been since 2008. And we all know what happened then. And I think that's just, you know, that's really put it into perspective, the demand, right?
and the lack of inventory.
Well, that's it, right?
Right, and it's so annoying to me, these other YouTubers that are making these like inflammatory videos, and like some of you, thank you for commenting, everybody, but some people have commented like, hey, how can you comment on the market doing like this? Like we're in a crash, like, okay, well, but what's your definition of a crash? Yes, sales are down, but clearly prices are increasing.
Yeah.
So you have to look at the whole picture. Like, yeah, we can make like a video for you to click on.
Yeah.
But we just try to report the facts as we
Right.
see it. So thank you to our lovely supporters for listening to us.
And follow agents as well, because
And
I know
fellow
there's a whole
agents,
bunch of you
yes.
guys that watch our channel, and yeah, thank you to you guys as well.
Appreciate it and can't wait to do a deal with you. Okay, there were 459 condo and townhomes sold, down 3.2% from the previous month, and about the same as the same time last year. Pending's down 6%. Again, we expect our December sales to be slower. Just it is what it is for the time of the year. Let us look at all of the factors playing into inventory. Inventory has increased 5.5% from the previous month. We're still down 23% from last year. So we've seen the inventory increase very slightly.
Marginally.
Yeah, but listings are down.
Yeah.
So listings are down 16% from the previous month. This is very interesting. Listings are, for condos and townhomes, are up 30% from where we were at last year. And right now, single family is down 6%. So we've actually seen a big influx of condo and townhome listings compared to where we normally are.
That is quite interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Yeah.
So that's good if you're shopping condo and townhome. A lot of options. And another great thing too is a lot of the builders have in the past like 2-3 years started building condo and townhomes. Because I remember when I got into real estate, they hardly were building anything.
Right. Yeah, it was all older. Like
was all
older
older.
buildings had that, and you know, I think it's just moving with the times.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of you know, like older people that you know don't want the upkeep now of a single family home, but they want the modern like feel and like, you know, like design of it, and you know that there's 55 plus amazing condo communities now. Yeah. There's young, modern, hip, trendy ones with like work in and live at the same, you know, there's something for everybody, and I think that's really good. It's exciting. It's showing diversity of, you know, types of people that are here and wanting to live here, and I think it's smart.
Yeah, great. So that is all I have.
Excellent. Well, that's all I've got as well. Well, actually, no, it's not all I've got. I just want to say thank you again to everybody that has reached out to us this year. And of course, thank you to everyone that watches. I know we mentioned it before and subscribes to our channel. We couldn't do this without you guys. You know, we like to document, you know, what it's like living here in town, bring you, you know, stories and tips from our experience of buying, you know, and selling real estate here. But without all of you reaching out to us and requesting us to help you, we wouldn't be able to have a beautiful office like we do. We wouldn't be able to live the great lifestyles that we do. And I just want to say thank you.
We're super grateful.
We're super
Thank you.
grateful. Next year is going to be really exciting. The Thomas Group is growing. You're going to be meeting a whole bunch of agents that you haven't yet seen, and they're absolute rock stars, and I'm just really, really excited. So from me and Kristen, thank you so much. Happy New Year, happy holidays, and we'll see you in January.